Hey, welcome to Long Distance Sisters.
I'm Tori.
I'm MacKenna.
And I'm Serena.
Come chat with us while we're far apart.
Okay, let's get started. No. I don't know what to say.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to our late Christmas podcast.
That was our mom. She's joining us. If you're watching the video version, she's a little off screen, but she's
Per her request.
We're on our family vacation having our makeup Christmas. And yeah, figured we'd record while we're all in one place for the first time in a year, over a year.
And if you're watching the YouTube version, the thing on the table that just moved is our dog Tazzy. And then Bogan is in our mom's lap.
Oh, there he is.
Oh, there's the Bogan.
Boy.
So today we are going to be diving into Disney nostalgia, I guess Disney memories with our mom and our Nana.
Nana's here too, but she wants to be off screen.
Mhm. Okay, let's go through when all of our first trips to Disney were. So I was almost 5 months old when Mom and Nana first took me to Disney.
I think I was like 2.
I don't know.
You were
96.
2.5, 1997.
I don't remember. I was young.
You were young.
3?
Yeah,
3?
Maybe
probably.
3.
Yeah.
Mine was when I was 9 years old. I went to Disneyland.
Ooh, California
How
girl.
about you, Mom?
I was a lot older.
Then?
How old?
Well, let's see, it was 1974 and it was Disneyland. So
Okay.
however I was.
So when you
So
went.
30s?
That was when I went.
20.
So you had your first time together.
Oh. And thus the family obsession began.
Yeah, did it start
Yes.
from there?
Pretty much,
Well,
yeah.
I think it probably started way before that.
Oh,
With
maybe.
Disney
It just never
movies.
made it out there.
Yeah. What do you remember from it?
That the Matterhorn was the best ride ever. And Small World had about a 2-hour wait to get in.
Wow.
Crazy, but it's better in Disneyland than in Disney World.
Mhm.
But not that much better.
But we also used the tickets, the e-ticket, so the e-ticket rides,
Oh, yeah.
and so you bought the ticket books. I still have my hat from that trip.
Oh,
Wow.
you wear it?
It's probably back in style now.
It's the the
Bucket hat.
Bucket.
bucket hat. yeah.
Oh, nice.
That is back in style now.
Mhm.
It is.
It's just
Very
a
much
little
so.
bit too small for me.
Not for cats.
Was it a while before you got back to a Disney park, or?
Oh yes, this next time I went was 9 years after that when I was 18.
For school.
First our school trip.
And you went to Disney World,
Disney World, Epcot,
Magic Kingdom.
Magic
That's-
Kingdom.
Did
all
that-
that existed,
that was all.
yeah.
Did Dad go?
Magic Kingdom and Epcot were the only two parks there at that
Right.
time.
Did Dad go on the high school trip too?
I think so.
But they didn't know each other.
Yeah,
They didn't
They
date in
knew
high
They
school.
knew each other,
Well,
but they
yeah.
didn't
Yes,
date
they
in
weren't
high
friends.
school.
Dad went on the trip as well. Yes.
He wasn't in your group though.
No. We probably did some things together.
Well, if you have to say something, we'll just cut it out. Yeah, come here.
Yes.
Yes.
Hurry up because you're being cut out. They have to edit us.
What are you doing? Oh,
At least it's one long
are you
thing.
gonna listen? Oh,
They
Okay.
have to be an hour
We're
and a
just talking about you.
you have to be able to be quiet.
Well, he can tell us about his
Was-
first trip to Disney World.
Was your high school trip your first trip to Disney World?
No, it was the second trip.
When was your first?
First one was with Grandmama Pete Pop when Pete's had a work, like there was a convention or something for him for his company. He was getting awards for being top sales guy in his area again and stuff. So we got to go down and we went to go to the park.
And how old were you?
I wasn't driving yet, but I was probably 14, maybe.
So there's
15, somewhere
Still
around
only Magic Kingdom.
there. I don't remember, to be honest. I know we went to Magic
Yeah.
Kingdom, but I don't remember anything else.
I think that's all that existed. I mean, other than
Epcot was being built probably, but
What year? Bill, what year was it? that you went down with your parents?
about
The late
80, 81.
70s.
81, 82.
Yeah,
Well, 81 is when Epcot opened.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, a lot of people, so you obviously started taking us when we were really young, and they would take like one or two sister or our cousin Carly or something at a time. But a lot of people don't think you should bring young children, especially babies, to the park. So how was it taking a 5-month, someone who wasn't even 5 months old, to
Or a
Disney World?
3-year-old or 2-year-old.
Yeah.
Like, you know, people.
Oh, well, when you guys were 2.5 and it was really great when you girls were 2.5 and 3 years old and you went to the parks because all of the characters were real and magical, and we kind of prepped you ahead of time. Our local library would have like the Easter Bunny come or somebody dress up and told a story. So we kind of got you used to seeing characters, so you weren't afraid of them when you got there because you know, you were afraid of Santa before that and stuff. So we wanted to make sure you weren't afraid of the characters, but everybody was magical to you. All the rides were magical. Like, I think you loved it, even though you probably don't have very many memories of it. It was nice to see it through your eyes.
Yeah.
You guys have the
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have-
Exactly.
To be
Yeah.
honest with you,
Except-
I was not aware of the master plan.
memories.
Tori went for the 25th anniversary of Magic Kingdom, and that was her first trip there. And I know you have one memory in particular.
And I licked the castle.
Ew.
I know.
So
My
Stephanie,
parents told
Nobody-
me it was real candy or cake or whatever.
Nobody
And
would
they had
do
me
that now
lick
with
them.
COVID, but
I mean, even then, it was still full of germs.
I had nothing to do
no, we
with
picked a
that.
nice clean place.
How do you know? It was reachable to a 3-year-old.
But the
You told me.
castle was decorated like a birthday cake, and so I said, you
Yeah.
know, that's real icing. You should go lick it.
you told her to? She didn't just do it on her
No,
own?
they told me to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
But what about bringing a 5-month-old?
Well, that was not really planned. We
The
Dad,
5-month-old or the.
to go to Disney that time. That was Dad had a conference there, so we went not necessarily on our planning, but on his works planning. But-
Just out of convenience. You just happened to be there.
But it really wasn't too bad. We had a stroller that laid flat, and you just pretty much stayed in the stroller, and we had a canopy that covered most of it, so it wasn't bad.
Plus, you got me in for free.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody under 4 was free.
And now it's 3.
And
No,
didn't we
I
have to
like
do the switch on the rides?
2.
Yes.
Like one
That was
person going
under-
at the end and we
like
can get
2
off.
or
and you
under.
get-
You hold the baby and I'm gonna go.
Rider switch.
Well, then you have to wait
Yeah.
until.
There.
But I loved it because then I got to go twice.
Yes.
There you go.
But I think it was cool because like that still gives me, I guess, kind of bragging rights. That was in Animal Kingdom opening year. Because I was actually born 2 days after Animal Kingdom opened.
I don't know who you're gonna brag to.
Right? I just think it's cool that I'm just 2 days younger than my favorite park.
The only thing I remember going with Nana and Poppy and 2 other people, but
It
it was
was
I was
me and Carly.
no, it
Oh.
was I was the only kid, and then
Oh,
yeah, and then every door I went up to, and I was like, you have to say "Open Sesame" to open it. It was just an automatic door. It was just open. I don't know. I
Open
that's the part of
Mickey.
the- whatever. But every single door I did that. I was like, oh my gosh. This is crazy.
I have another memory of Serena when she was about 3 and we went and she was automatic flushing toilets had just come out and she was scared to death to go in the toilet that would automatically flush because sometimes it flushed when you weren't ready. And she must have a very big bladder, let's say that.
That when I peed in the sink?
No, that was,
say
that
that?
was just recently here.
Yes, we had to get her to be in the same once just so she would go.
Ew.
I know, but well,
Yeah.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it.
yeah.
That's funny.
Do you feel like you have advice for people taking young kids to the park? Like in park advice?
Well, definitely be prepared for to let them take a nap and, do something quiet during that time so that they can fall asleep, like a Hall of Presidents or, something where you can sit for a while comfortably. I also gave you girls, you each had a waist pouch. And in that you had like a juice box and some crackers and some, other kinds of snacks that you could just pick at and have at your will during the day. So you felt like you had some control over when you could eat or, just in a pinch.
I
I
think
don't
just go with the flow, and even though your kid may be crying or creating a temper tantrum, just go with it. Nobody really cares about it. Like if some people, if your kid's doing it, I don't care. I know, I get it, I understand it. Some people probably get that out of shape about it, but you know what? Heck with them. People have to understand their kids, and that's just what it is.
Yeah. And they're having a long, hot day and they
Yeah,
haven't
we're
had their
tired,
nap
overstimulated,
and
overfed.
out of their regular routine. Like they're gonna be cranky.
Yeah, it's very, so much stimulation there.
Yeah.
Now, some other childhood Disney memories. Nana, do you want to come over and tell them about when you took me and Carly to Epcot?
Yes, I think Carly was 6, so that would have made you about 5.
4, maybe 4.
Anyway, close enough.
Yeah, and Serena and your mom, they went off to another part of the park, I assume. And so it was really hot that day, really, really hot. And they have, of course, those fountains that you can just, and we took bathing suits along and towels. And so Carly was changing into her bathing suit behind the stroller, and I was holding up the towel so that she would have some privacy. And then it was your turn. And so Carly got all finished and I moved the towel and I turned around and you were already naked in front of everyone that was there. So we just put the towel around you and you got your food on.
I wonder how many other people have been naked in Epcot and gotten away with it.
I'm sure there are lots.
Well,
in
in front of everybody. In front of everybody.
Yeah.
Young kids, babies.
There are lots of splash pads.
Yeah. I mean, not as much anymore. But.
I remember Nana also had us like draw our own maps of the parks that she like hung in her house for years. It was just like really our favorite rides in a jumbled mess. And we had to tell her what they were and she would label them. But Serena had one of them labeled a little differently.
She admitted it's you.
Yeah. Wow. MacKenna's been
Bro.
claiming this is her work.
Because I was told it was mine.
Not yours. I remember.
Well,
I remember
explain.
painting it.
So let's get to it.
Well, I don't find it that interesting.
It's just a little cute thing.
Go ahead then.
Well, so in Animal Kingdom, there's Cali River Rapids. But when Serena was little, she thought it was rabbits. So she would call it the bunny ride.
The rabbit
And-
ride. I want to go on the rabbit ride.
Yeah,
Bunny ride.
the bunny ride. And so that's how it was labeled on her map and everything.
The bunny ride.
And then one time, okay, Nana saying it was me,
I
Serena
remember
saying it was her.
Painting it. Like I remember.
One of us.
Well,
Because we just call it the rabbit ride.
So
and
then-
it's the Polynesian and
did
just
paint it.
there. Yeah.
Maybe you
Yeah.
knew, you just knew it
Maybe
as the bunny
because-
ride because
yeah,
they
that's
kept
what- yeah,
saying
maybe.
Just like
because-
bumpy chicken.
Yeah.
it.
Bumpy chicken, fried chicken. And we just, I just
We always
like
thought
that.
everyone called it bumpy chicken.
The best thing that Tori came up with, call something, was when we were driving in Pennsylvania, going by the Limerick nuclear power plant and all the steam clouds coming out of the cooling towers. Tori just came up with, oh, that's the cloud making machine.
That's what it looks like.
For our Nana's, what was it, 65th birthday? We went on a Disney cruise, 2006.
How old are you,
You really
Nana?
want to admit this on the podcast?
It was
Why
a certain
is
age.
it shame?
It was Nana's
It's not
birthday
shame.
trip. Leave it at that.
And I know Nana said earlier, Serena and I were twinning a lot. Our mom packed us a lot of the same outfits. We went to like Grand Cayman, Cozumel, what's there?
Key West.
Key West, Castaway Key, which is Disney's private island.
Is there another one? No, that's it.
I think that's it, yeah. And I remember everyone always reminds me of this for some reason. So like I'm vegan now, but back then I wasn't even vegetarian yet. And everyone always reminds me how at breakfast one time, and we have a video of this, I ordered a plate of bacon and a chocolate donut. And I'm always reminded of it. But we had like really fun servers from different countries, which we thought was cool. We had Dom from Turkey, and I never learned how to pronounce our French servers' names.
Scannell.
Scannell.
I still remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good.
So I was 8, Serena was 6, and Tori was 12. And Serena and I had trackers on, they gave us trackers because we were under 12. And we were so jealous that Tori didn't have trackers. But I just remember having so much fun. Like the kids' room was so much fun with all the computer games.
I did karaoke.
Oh yeah.
And I think we all did.
We did a
I don't
sister song. We did one song all
I
together.
don't remember.
Like-
Yeah, like a High School Musical song or
Or
something.
to the girls.
Well,
or-
I met, like they called Serena and I went up and started playing a different song and I was like, what song is that?
Oh
And
yeah.
it was a different Serena
Oh,
who like was being called. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I still get that there.
Well, we had that snorkeling situation where we
Oh,
all
yeah.
went in, but the water, the current was, I guess the tide was going out. We had a heck of a time getting back to where we were.
yeah, that was
Tori,
scary.
you made it on your own, but I went with.
I was
the other two,
panicking.
I had to
It was-
drive you.
It was one of the a kayaking situation, so I was panicking. So I was just like, "Get out of here!"
Oh, yeah.
But I
Because I
remember-
couldn't see anyone.
And that's when mom stepped on the urchin.
yeah.
Oh.
And Dad had to pee on her foot in the shower.
Of our little tiny cruise cabin.
I hear
Well,
that's
that's one fact that we didn't need to know.
I hear-
That's
I
okay, why not?
I hear that's a myth though.
Well, it didn't really stop it from hurting. That must be a myth.
Would not recommend.
Would not.
Not worth it.
We also, there's like,
Just for your information, I did not watch that
Hey.
happening.
You just-
And she was the
It
one that
wasn't
was
something-
insistent on me doing it.
It wasn't something that I had
I'm like,
to
I'm not doing that.
unsee.
we also, there's a Pirates night on the cruise that I unfortunately did not get to experience. Shortly after we got into dinner that night, which was like the nice night for us, and we were eating at like Lumiere's or something. So it was the fancier restaurant. Like right around when the appetizers got there, I just stood up and I puked on the carpet. And I was so sick the rest of the night. So I missed out on Pirates night.
I was sick too.
Yeah. I remember laying on our like bunk bed and watching A Land Before Time.
I loved it because I was like 12, you said. So I had enough freedom because I was old enough to roam the deck and not have to be sent to the kids club. And I would just thought it was so cool that I could sit on the lounge chair by myself and go just get a plate of French fries and some ice cream at will and just like sit and read. I was like, oh, I'm so grown up.
And then like that night at dinner, Tori says, Mom, did you know they have free ice cream?
Well, I remember, that's something I remember. Like, yeah, we were just all at the pool one day, and then I just kept going back to the ice cream machine and sitting away from them because I kept going back and eating it. And I was like, I went
Hiding it.
many times.
Yeah, Serena was a very secretive child.
Except that she came over to Poppy and I said, you know that the ice cream's free, this might work out.
I didn't even know that there was like free ice cream by the pool until the last day.
Yeah, you're an oblivious child.
I remember it's also the cruise was also when we got our first pins. And now I'm very into pin trading and collecting. But Mom got us each like a pack of Tinkerbell trading pins. And then each like a souvenir pirate themed pin. So I got like Pirate Pluto with a dangling earring. Very cute.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's where my Pirate Mickey pin is from.
Now I'm dying to go on a Disney cruise again.
Yeah.
Especially since, according to some like third party, Disney Cruise Line is the only cruise line with an A environmental rating. But and they have like separate ratings per ship. But the only category they don't get an A on is like the sewage one. But
fireworks?
No, their fireworks are actually they have patented fireworks that turn into fish food.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh, never heard of that before. That's pretty cool.
Well, it's only Disney.
They patented it.
That's why we love Disney.
But there's only so much you can do with
Human waste.
human waste.
Yeah.
Wait, so what do they do?
They
They
treat
keep
it.
it on board until.
They have their own
Ew.
wastewater treatment.
Well, like, I know it's a lot of poop.
Most ships have their own little wastewater treatment. plant. You
Especially
just
all the
charge to
people
treat it
getting
more.
sick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like me.
But yeah.
I remember one time I felt really cool because they let they let me and Serena into the teen club with Tori.
I don't remember that.
And I felt so cool. So I was just like, that's right. I'm an 8-year-old and I'm in the teen club.
With your 6-year-old sister.
And 12-year-old sister.
And we had freedom. We could just we went to karaoke by ourselves, I think, and we could go see a movie, all kinds of stuff. It was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fun. Definitely fun.
I want to do another one.
Me too.
Taste freedom again.
I would just like to go to the Caribbean.
Maybe for Mom's next big birthday.
As if she's taking us. That's not a vacation for her.
Mom bought a house for her birthday. For her next several birthdays.
But next time her next big birthday comes around, you all will be off the payroll officially.
Yeah, maybe we'll buy the cruise for you.
I'm down with that.
It might just be a 3-night cruise. We'll see how our paychecks turn out.
Wow, she's always skipping.
Oh my gosh.
She doesn't want to set the expectations very high.
Yeah, I'll set them low, and then if they're better,
You know,
They're
that'd be
better.
in a pontoon boat. out on
Yeah.
the lake.
For an hour.
Kayak.
Just
Take
went
some
on
snacks.
You just went on a kayak.
Every kayak trip.
there is a certain ride that everyone jokes is everyone's mom's favorite ride. What's your favorite Disney World ride?
Magic Kingdom or
Anywhere.
anywhere, any of the parks. Probably Rock and Roller Coaster.
Really?
What's
Wow.
the joke?
Where you
Well, let's
say
hear what
small
Nana's
town.
is first. No. Nana, what's your favorite Disney World ride?
Say it really loud.
Well, I've asked this so many times and I have a favorite ride for each park. But in Magic Kingdom, I like Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger.
Oh.
Dad, what about you?
The Avatar ride was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Flight of Passage, yeah. Well, the joke is that Soarin' is everyone's mom's favorite ride.
Why is it a joke?
It's
It's a good ride.
It is a good ride, but it's just-
I like it, but it's not my favorite because I can't really do that screen, that big giant screen.
mm,
It
I
kinda makes
gotcha.
me a little dizzy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They have a
okay.
remaster. They just remastered PhilharMagic and it's much better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they added Un Poco Loco from Coco. Okay, now let's talk about what our personal, like most nostalgic ride is. So for me, it's Kilimanjaro Safaris, because by that point I had already been like introduced to animals through a trip to a different zoo. And I was like, oh, I want to work with animals. And then Kilimanjaro Safari used to have like a big anti-poaching storyline that they've gotten rid of since. And you would go and you would try to save Big Red and Little Red from the poachers. And I was just like, conservation, like that's so important. That's for me. I got to work in conservation. And so obviously now, I mean, you can shameless plug, but you can find me on Instagram as Disney Safari Girl. But yeah, that's obviously what I'm doing now. I'm working at a sea turtle and other wildlife hospital, which is very cool.
All my memories of Kilimanjaro Safari is going there first thing and mom dragging us by the
Right.
hand all the way to the back of the
Yeah.
park to get in that line
I remember
every
that.
single
work every
time.
time.
Animal Kingdom.
Flawless technique.
I was-
And like now I go and I'm like, no, I don't have to go there first. It's
No,
okay.
the line's not as long as it used to be anymore either.
I remember, but one thing I remember when we would go over the crocodiles, they'd like joke that the bridge was rickety or something.
Yeah.
And that scared me. That's probably where my fear of crocodiles started. That and a certain sci-fi movie our grandma watched, but didn't diminish my love for the ride.
I don't know. I don't have a nostalgic memory.
Well, if you think of Disney World, what's the first memory or thing that comes up?
My favorite.
Or like what you always told mom, like I don't want it. I don't want
Oh, well, I don't know. That's hard. I don't know. That's hard.
Well, most
Oh,
nostalgic
Hannah.
thing, maybe not a ride. We got it recorded.
I don't know. I remember staying at the Polynesian with Nana and Poppy, and we were sitting on the beach, and like a lifeguard came up on a sea-doo or something, or I don't know, a boat, and it was like, oh, I wouldn't recommend going in the water, getting close to it because of the alligators and snakes that lived in that, Seven Seas Lagoon.
Mhm.
And then we get in the pool, Poppy and I, and we're just swimming around, playing whatever. There's a slide. It was fun. And then everyone had to get out of the pool because there was a snake in the pool.
Oh yeah.
Just when
It's
you
like,
thought it
oh.
was safe to go back in the water.
I was like, where can I swim? That's what I remember.
Okay.
Tori, how about you?
Most nostalgic. I think my two earliest memories that I remember. I remember using the child swap with you guys for Star Tours because I remember I got to go in like from the exit side, and I thought it was so cool. And I went on twice. So yeah, Star Tours is always kind of nostalgic for me. I always remember I had the image of like the big AT-AT, which then I had no idea what it was, but I mean, no, I watched Star Wars back then, and then I forgot all of it until recently.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then
Tower of
what was
Terror.
the other thing I was gonna say? Oh, dancing in Morocco Pavilion at Epcot. Probably part because of videos, but dancing and singing in my own world and going up to dance with the belly dancer.
Aw.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You guys would put us in some weird outfits.
Oh,
You
yeah.
had a 3-year-old wearing a coconut bra.
That was,
Oh, that was
that was
cute.
for the luau at the Polynesian for breakfast. We dressed up
And
in
you were
grass
just
skirts.
standing there with your belly sticking out with a big smile.
We loved it.
The grass skirt.
I like though that you dressed us in like Disney outfits and stuff, but not really the costumes like every other person.
What were like some of the rides that you like went into the park as like I have to get my kids on these rides?
Everything.
But like
Why
what
not?
especially, what was the top priority?
Top priority. Small World.
Oh.
It's a long ride. You can sit down in the air.
It's a break for you.
I know. I think that's why they keep like Hall of Presidents and Carousel of Progress. It's
Parents.
just like the parents need a break. That's
I'd
more than
say
10 minutes.
Peter Pan's Flight and Snow White when that was there.
Mhm.
I have no memory of going on that Snow White Scary Adventures.
I remember Snow White, and I thought it was scary. Ours wasn't called Scary Adventures, though.
I thought
That
ours
was Disneyland.
I thought we had that one too.
We had no. I think it was just like Snow White's
Oh.
Adventures. I don't know. But yeah, I thought Snow White was scary. I think because of that ride.
I think you guys all love Barnstormer.
Yes. And I'm disappointed that it's changed theme, even though like the coaster itself hasn't changed. It's now like Barnstormer with the Great Goofini. And instead of crashing into the barn, you just like crash through a billboard. And crashing into the barn was so cool when I was little. I thought that's one of my like most nostalgic rides too. And I just thought I was so disappointed we had changed themes and it's just not the same. Now that's the Great Goofini.
I think Splash Mountain, when we went in 2014, 15,
14.
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Tori, 2 of her friends were also there with us, and it was like extra magic hours in Magic Kingdom, so we got to go like really late night. It was winter,
Yeah.
and it was actually a cold day in Florida, so we were
Yeah.
all like actually in jackets and pants. But we just kept doing Splash Mountain over. Oh,
Yeah.
Was that at the end of the night?
that was
Yeah.
It was like midnight. 1
We were
a.m.,
there
so-
until like 2 a.m.,
Yeah.
which they don't even do extra magic hours that late anymore, ever. And yeah, we were like, we're gonna get every minute of this. And yeah, hardly anyone was in the park at that point. We basically had the park to ourselves, it felt like.
Yeah.
And let alone riding Splash Mountain when it was like 50 degrees.
Yeah.
And because it was so empty, they let one of Tori's friends get away with taking his shirt off for the photo and lassoing it around his head.
Whose friend was that?
Stefan. And he
Australians.
also
Well, it's funny because he was behind us, so we had no idea that he did it until we got to the bottom and saw the photos. We were like, what?
that trip, he like professed his love for Cinderella to her. Like got down on his knee.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, don't tell Prince Charming.
Yeah. Which I've since learned that they don't like when you do stuff like that, but oh well.
They played along.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, that was
remember
good.
when one time we got there for rope drop and it was just McKenna and I, and we went on Buzz Lightyear 11 times in a row.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh, jeez. Who won?
Did you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just candy taker.
She's so
It wasn't who McKenna wanted to go, it was mom.
Of course.
Yeah.
She was winning.
I would have been like, yay, another ride.
At Magic Kingdom, Splash Mountain was one of my favorites, as well as the Magic
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain. But interesting though, when I went to Disney much later in life, they had the same ride, but it was different. It was better than the one in Disney World.
Which
I don't know why.
one?
It felt like it was faster
Where?
and longer.
Oh, Space
in
Mountain.
Space Mountain is Disneyland compared to Disney World.
Yeah.
Lots of
Say it's
people
better.
say that one's better.
It's more rickety.
I don't know how rickety, it was just faster.
It's also a
And
two-seater.
longer.
So like.
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
ride
that's
has to be
true.
ready to
Yeah.
But that was always a ride.
Maybe
Magic
heavier
Kingdom.
car, so it goes
Keep
faster.
going.
That's the, you just got the end of the night when everyone's leaving.
Yeah.
That's the ride you go on all the time.
Like the last time we were there as a family, Tori and Cody got in line we like rode it at the end of the night, and it was 1 minute till park closed, so Tori and our cousin Cody ran back inside to go again.
Yeah. I love doing that kind of stuff. Like being like, I was the last person to ride it today. You
And
jump in line at the last second.
Sometimes for Expedition Everest, one time there was nobody there, so we rode in the first car, we rode in the
Oh,
last
yeah.
car, we rode
Yeah.
everywhere in between, and so that was pretty
Yeah.
fun.
That's a good ride too.
We rode
Yeah.
that like 5 or 6 times in a row.
Yeah. A couple of times I've been among the last riders of Tower of Terror. On my SCP, I rode it 15 times in a row, and I was the last car
Oh my gosh.
that night with only one other
Jeez.
person. So there's only 2 of us, and we didn't know each other, and we're like, we're friends now.
There was one guy that did that mission space once. He rode it, I think, 13 times in a row. And we
Oh.
greeted, but you have to like go through the whole pre-show and everything again, like
Yeah.
sit through all the safety talks. But at the end, he was like the only person, so we did like a special announcement for him, and then we went and got him an astronaut Mickey plush from the gift shop and greeted him when he got off with it.
Aw.
Oh, that's nice.
But I remember, was I riding with you or Nana when I rode Tower of Terror for the first time? Because I remember one of you waited in the gift shop.
Probably me.
Yeah. And then they got me like an I survived the Tower of Terror shirt.
Yes.
But I remember the first time I was tall enough to ride Space Mountain, we had been waiting in line for, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, and the ride broke down, and I was so upset. Because like the 2 times before that, I was like, oh, I have this many more inches. Now I have like 1 more inch, and I'll be tall enough. And then I was like, I'm tall enough. I can't ride it.
That was like a Hershey Park when you graduated from Hershey Kiss to a Hershey
Yeah.
Bar to
Yeah.
To
Just kinda-
Twizzler.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
What are rides that are no more that you miss? Because I was big on Maelstrom. And I do not like that they took it out for Frozen. I'm one of
It's- I
those
like it.
people.
Oh, I like that.
I like it.
I
I
think
was
it
just
makes
thinking
more
of that.
sense.
It just
It's
like,
the same ride.
but I loved
It's just
going to
scary.
the World Showcase in Epcot for the culture and learning about different culture. And now it's like I'm watching a fictional story that I already know how it goes, rather than seeing the more traditional Norwegian folklore that was in Maelstrom.
Yeah, but it's
Lynn.
Can't snore
Well,
if you're here.
there are 2 that I can think of. One was in Disneyland, and you got on a rocket ship, and it looked like you were leaving Disneyland and the Earth from a TV thing that you watched. in
Like
the
Space
center of the
220.
Yeah, you can do that in Epcot now.
The new restaurant
night.
does that.
And
No, we have to
then,
eat that.
Inspired by.
Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.
Yes, that was a good one.
I don't think any of us ever rode that. Oh, well, we rode it in Disneyland.
No, we didn't ride it when we went out to Disneyland.
Yeah, we did.
I don't remember that.
You rode it.
Did you guys, when
You
you were at
didn't care about
Disneyland, did you ride the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea?
It was Finding Nemo.
But
Not any
it's
good?
now Finding
Oh.
Nemo.
Yeah.
I always wanted to go on, and I thought that looked so cool. If I ever go out there, that's what I'm gonna go on. But
After I read the book and
Overrated.
after I read the book and watched the movie, like it was kind of like a cross between the two, but still didn't really follow either. Like I watched the ride through online, so I would have been disappointed if I was, since I knew how 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea actually goes. I would have been disappointed by it.
Well, back in the day, it was 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, not Nemo, and it was
Right.
probably a little bit better because you didn't have all those fake fish or the
Yeah.
digital fish.
There was, with the Nemo one, they like projected fish into the water. So that could be the characters and
Right,
stuff.
right.
So that was kind of weird. But for the nostalgia of like the fact that it's the old ride itself, but I miss, well, it's not really a ride, but I do have a lot of memories of the old version of Ariel's Grotto with like the fountains and everything, and having the lake thing back there because that no longer is there. It's just land. But yeah.
Well, that makes me think about how they took out Toontown in Disney World, and they're about to get rid of it at Disneyland too. I love going through
Yeah,
the house tours.
that's true. Yeah, I miss Toontown was cool. I always thought it was so cool to see Minnie's bedroom.
Like, wow, I'm getting,
Like, oh my God.
I get to see Mickey's house.
What they put in that place? Is that the new area?
That's the
That's the-
storybook circus.
Where the Dumbo area that's
And
now like all
Barn
circus
Stormer.
themed. Yeah. They didn't put much. A store
Mhm.
and a splash pad. What else is gone? A lot of stuff at Epcot, but I was too young to really remember it.
Lots of stuff at Hollywood Studios. Great movie ride.
Oh yeah, great movie ride.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was
I do
good.
really like that.
I like the new one too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
it was a good. I think Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railroad, whatever, was a good replacement for it.
Agreed. I miss the parades.
Yeah.
The Main Street Electrical Parade.
Dun, doo, doo.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the Magic Kingdom proudly presents a spectacle of sparkling lights and electromagnetic sounds, something like that.
Yeah.
I remember your college studies. and you remember that.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. I miss Happily Ever After.
Oh.
Illuminations and Epcot Forever. They were great.
All of them.
'Cause I
They're
worked-
all better than what they have.
Yeah.
No, it's
I
a
worked.
hot for now.
No.
But like I worked those two on my college program too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like even like right before and right after the switch.
Epcot during COVID, maybe that's what the C stands for now, is COVID.
What's that?
We can do the quiz now.
Is it now?
We've talked plenty.
Okay.
Anyone have any last minute things to share or ask?
What, did you do Disney food or favorite things to eat in the park?
Oh,
We can do that another
Oh.
episode.
Okay.
We're not gonna have a whole episode on
It's memory.
food.
Yeah, this one's
Oh,
memories.
memories.
No, but
We can
talk
we
talk
can-
about food for.
Let's just do
Well, we
okay.
talked about Ohana.
All-time favorite Disney snack. Go.
Oh, probably the Mickey shaped ice cream.
The sandwich or the bar?
Not
The premium ice cream bar.
the ice cream.
Raspberry Dole Whip.
The ice cream cookie sandwiches, not the Mickey ones, but like the ones from like the Plaza ice cream parlor and stuff.
I have to go Dole Whip.
Classic Dole Whip.
Pineapple.
Yeah.
I don't really think. Have you had the other flavors?
Probably not. Dad.
Nothing really stands out for me, but I always like the ice cream, like the ice cream sandwich. That was always good. Did they also do kettle corn there? I remember
Popcorn. Just regular
Just regular
popcorn.
popcorn.
Hershey Park was the kettle corn.
Yeah, that one on the way
Yeah.
out, you get the big can of kettle corn.
Yeah.
On the way home.
And we did.
And chocolate, remember? Oh, no, we're not. Really
Yeah. It's not Hershey Park. That's just
chocolate.
But the chocolate bars you get on the way
Yeah,
out.
at
that
the
little
shop.
or the
store.
fudge. The fudge.
It's
That's
fancy, like Applebee's.
Oh,
All right. Quiz.
This week's quiz is ride some rides at Disney World, and we'll tell you which Disney princess you'll meet. And we'll leave a description or a link to the quiz in the description.
All right. Pick your first ride. The Tomorrowland Speedway, Splash Mountain, the Teacups, Toy Story Mania, Soarin', or Expedition Everest.
Toy Story Mania.
I'm going Soarin'.
Doing Everest.
Everest.
Tomorrowland Speedway.
Okay.
You said it was the first.
First ride.
That was my first.
No,
First ride
pick
that
your
you go
first
to,
ride.
you went.
Oh, then I would go.
That was your first. How do you remember?
Sorry.
That's what they said first.
When I was a kid.
They have to list every ride.
Out of the-
Okay.
out of those, I would do Soarin'.
What's next? Tower of Terror, Space Mountain, Test Track, Barnstormer, Cali River Rapids, or Spaceship Earth.
Tower.
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 I'll do Space Mountain.
Ooh.
I'll do
Now,
Tower.
now what? The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Pandora Flight of Passage, Mission Space, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, Kilimanjaro Safaris, or It's a Small World.
I wonder what I'm gonna pick. Kilimanjaro Safaris.
It's
Pandora.
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 Safari.
Yeah.
Pick your next ride. Rock and Roller Coaster, Peter Pan's Flight, Mine Train, Dinosaur, Under the Sea Voyage of the Little Mermaid, or Frozen Ever After. This one's tough.
Rock and roller coaster.
Dinosaur.
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 Rock and Roller Coaster.
What's next? Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, Dumbo, Primeval Whirl, which no longer exists, Summit Plummet, Star Tours, or Navi River Journey.
Star Tours.
Space Ranger Spin.
Space Ranger.
Space
Yeah.
Ranger.
Yeah, Space Ranger. All right, last one. Pirates of the Caribbean, Astro Orbiter, Haunted Mansion, Stitch's Great Escape, Crush and Gusher, or The Laugh Floor.
Haunted Mansion.
R.I.P.
Pirates.
Pirates.
Haunted Mansion.
Haunted Mansion.
But Astro Orbiter is the best Dumbo ride in my opinion.
All right, I got Pocahontas.
Me too.
I got Jasmine.
All right, now we
Because
have to go through
safaris
for
and
mom.
dinosaur.
Go through with mom's answers and dad's answers.
Okay, I got.
We're in dark now.
Yeah.
We've been
Hello,
dark for a
everyone.
little while.
Want the light on?
No, the bugs went off.
Mom got Belle.
Dad is also Pocahontas.
Wow.
Wow.
That's it.
I pulled that one off.
Yeah, that's who you'll meet, Dad. You, Tori, and I will all go to Animal Kingdom and meet Pocahontas together whenever her meet and greets come back.
Oh my god, that was so much.
Oh,
work.
2026.
So many.
All right. Thanks for listening, everyone. Please be sure to rate, review, subscribe, download, all the things. If you want us to keep existing.
Yeah, and
All right. Thanks.
thanks.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Intern.
We probably.
And come on, Nick.
And the recording.
Hey, you got it, the IT guy.
Thanks for listening to this week's Long Distance Sisters. Be sure to subscribe for more episodes and leave a good review.
And check out the video version on our YouTube channel.
You can find all of our other social media information in the description.
Talk to you later.
Bye.